Hello. Hey Joy, say hi. Hey, hello. My name is Emil Brock. Thank you very much for watching Friday Ketchup. We're in season 3, episode 4, if I'm correct. And today is a very special guest. Not a SUSE colleague, but we have someone who is very close to my heart regarding if you look at the product line, because it's FAIRPHONE, and we have here John. And John is representative of FAIRPHONE. And please, John, can you introduce yourself quickly? Because I'm very curious for what we're going to bring to the Friday Ketchup audience today.
Yeah, Emil, thank you. Yeah, first I want to thank you that I am allowed to be in your show, especially because I'm not a member of SUSE, but I'm an outside guy. But we have been discussing this, and I told you I really like the way you're doing this on the Friday Ketchup. And you had a spot, and I said, okay, I will be in there. So please take my name, and I will be there. So thank you again for that. And and I'm really great that I can tell something about Fairphone and the way we are thinking, what our mission is, and especially what our smartphone is, because a lot of people are thinking Fairphone. Yeah, I've heard about it, but what is Fairphone? And I can tell more about it. So thank you for your time. Thank you for that.
Yeah, really cool, really cool. Hey, and we opened with Mama Said. So before we go into all the business thing, first, Mama Said, or Mama Said is the album that has got the number Field of Joy, the track of your choice from Lenny Kravitz. I really liked Lenny Kravitz, but this song was not particularly known with me until you let me listen to it. Can you explain why you chose Fields of Joy?
Yeah, first of all, I choose Lenny Kravitz. You don't hear much about him anymore, but when I was a little bit younger, he was quite popular. And I've been to a concert that's called Pink Pop in the Netherlands. That's a 2 days concert outside, and something like what was with Jimi Hendrix in the United States in the year of '70, something like that. And I saw his performance, and I was really looking, wow, that guy can really good set a performance over there. Absolutely. And I liked his music quite a lot, and also was a little bit jealous on him, and not because he was playing the guitar and for the audience, but he also had a relationship at that moment with the girl. She was in the Cosby Show. Her name is Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet,
And I really liked her, and that guy had her in his arms, so I was quite jealous on it. But I liked his music, so and Fields of Joy. If you listen to the lyrics, and if you look at how the song has been built up, it's really a nice song. And I've been playing quite a lot in my car, and then the full volume, and speeding too hard, I guess. But, So great song, great song.
All right, well, that's a really cool story. For sure, I will listen to it, and everybody who wants to listen to it as well. Of course, it's now added to the Spotify playlist. So if you go to Spotify and you look for Friday Ketchup, you will find Fields of Joy by Lenny Kravitz now there. All right, now to FAIRPHONE. So why should someone in Europe buy a FAIRPHONE?
Yeah, a lot of reasons. I can't mention them all, but I will mention a few. I've been working in the industry of mobile phones quite a long time, and I know FAIRPHONE for quite a long time also. They started in 2013, and during all those years, you see really that the company has been growing and growing, not only in employees and numbers of sales, but also in doing the good work and about about selling smartphones, but the story behind it. Because if you look at the world's fastest growing waste at this moment is electronic waste, and what we really try to avoid is that people using their smartphone only for 2.5 years, and what we try to do is that people using our smartphones for 5 up to 7 years. And nowadays, with our FAIRPHONE 4, it's even possible to use it for a longer term. Because we are a modular phone, so the phone on zich, you can repair it yourself, you can open it, you can change some spare parts when it has been broken, but also on the software side. So we make sure that the FAIRPHONE 4 will be security updates for the coming years. It will be the software updates for the coming years. So not only the smartphone himself, but also everything around it, we make sure that you can use it for 5, even up to 7 years. And we have quite experience of that already with some older smartphones of the FAIRPHONE in the market. We gave, for example, we gave our FAIRPHONE 2 that was introduced in 2015, and a month ago we gave it an update to Android 10. So again, the smartphone is quite long already in the market, and we still give it a software update and an Android update. So that's quite unique in this market. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's open source. As you know, I'm a big fan of open source in a wider sense than just open source software. Well, if you have this, like, how open can it be, right? It's a really completely open game that your guys are playing, and also the guarantee that this is, for example, the battery. And for the older people in Friday Ketchup, we all remember that the first mobile phones had removable batteries, and after 2 years, it is common that you just have to replace it because it's just you're not able to get it up to full power.
And with this phone again, and you can change it very easily. And of course, our battery in our FAIRPHONE 4, it will not go on for 7 years. So after 2 or 2.5 years, you can change it and you can fill it up full speed again. So and that's the great advantage. We have a modular phone. You can open it very easy, and you still have your warranty on it. And for example, if you look at the different parts. There are 7, 8 parts you can change yourself, and with a small screwdriver you can open it and change it. For example, if you look at the screen, it's the most common thing that has been broken. I think, especially when younger people. And you can change it also yourself with 8 screws. You can put it off, and you could put a new one on, and you can order it by fairphone.com, and it will cost you. Consumer pricing, including VAT, only €79. So that's the big difference comparing with all our competitors.
I really like it. And the problem is quite large, right? I have here a slide from your deck. 1.4 billion phones are sold each year. And do you know how many of them are end of life every year? Is that about the same number now?
No, I don't have the real figures on that. But for example, if you look at the German market, I had some figures, but I have to check it out. That there is something like 15 million phones on some people's desk or in closets or whatever, and all those phones can still be you can still use it, or they can be used, or you can be recycled. But there are still with people at the house, and if I look at myself, I still have some old phones also from the past, but I'm now collecting them, and I make sure that will go back to the factory where you can use the plastic you can use again, so recycle it again, and you can use other parts like there's some materials in like gold and copper, and people can use it. The factories can use it again as a part in a new phone. So
So the phone is also created in such a way that besides taking it apart here with a screwdriver, you can even, as a company that does the recycling, they can even take it further apart so the elements are separate, recyclable as well.
Because smartphones can be recycled, that's for sure, and all the plastic what's in it, and all kind of materials, you can separate it from each other. And if you look at our smartphone, we're using fair trade gold, and it's also it's not a lot of gold what's inside the phone. It's just a minimum of pieces, but that's the difference if you're using materials from the ground, from the mining, etc. Yeah, we do it on a completely different way because we want to only use fair materials, and it's not about only the gold, but also the copper and also the recycled plastic. If you look at our spare parts, if you look at our accessories, which is very minimum because we don't want to have a big range of accessories, because that's also a waste stream, of course.
Yeah.
But if you take a look at our I would say your back cover, it's 100% recycled plastic also, and also what we told before, we have 3 different kinds of protective cases in 3 different colors, 100% recycled, and yeah, that's really, and we have to do it like this, and people have to understand it also, and yeah, we have to set the change of mindsetting for the coming years, and yeah, hopefully everybody will use a Fairphone in the coming years and not replace the old Fairphone for a new Fairphone, because what we want to do is use it as long as possible. That's quite important. And not only with smartphones, but also with all the other electronic products you have in house, of course.
Yeah. I also have here the Fairphone earplugs, the wireless Bluetooth earplugs. And how is it that you can create them in a Fairphone way as well? Is it also reusable? It's not that you can take it apart the same way as a phone, right?
No, not at this moment. We have been sourcing quite a long time for making the AirPods. That's for AirBuds, sorry. That's for sure. Normally as a company says, okay, we want to have a headset or whatever. You go to China or other country, you say, okay, I want to have 100,000 headsets, and within a month you have them. So that's not a problem at all.
No.
The way we're working is quite difficult, of course, because we want to say, okay, we have to use fair materials, and also in our AirBuds there are some materials, there are some gold materials in, and then we have to say, okay, which company can create the earbuds for us at a certain at the same way we want to be produced our earbuds, and that's always the difficulty with Fairphone. But yeah, we are really proud of our earbuds right now, and you have the black one, and we now even have the green version. I know you are quite jealous right now because
yes,
but maybe we can swap them, and I take yours and you take mine, for example. So yeah, we're really proud of that. We are some other products also now besides the Fairphone 4. But again, Fairphone 4 has been introduced the 30th of September last year, and we are really proud of it. And if you look at all the companies who are quite interested in our Fairphone 4, it's really really a good success. That's for sure. Yeah.
I am myself obviously a user now of the Fairphone since I had it before the release, right? Thank you very much for that. But I must say I really like it, and I'm not paid, or this is not a sponsored video or something. It's really just that I was very curious to use it instead of the company phone, because at SUSE we can choose either a Samsung, I think currently it's the S20 or something, or an Apple, and I don't know exactly the types. But my mission, and I even discussed it with Melissa Didinato, our CEO, because I'm also part of the Go Green initiative within SUSE, as the regular watchers of the Friday Ketchup know. And I think that the Fairphone really fits well into the goals and the values of SUSE. So my mission is to get the Fairphone as an alternative to the phones that we currently roll out within the company. And
I will help you with that. No problem at all.
Yeah. So that's the mission, and really going for that. One more thing that I wanted to ask you. That's regarding your own personal interest. You said you have a background in the mobile phone industry yourself. Were you already, when you were working in those other mobile phone companies, already also interested in the environment aspect or the fair trade aspect of that industry, or what is your personal connection to working at FAIRPHONE?
Yeah, that's been growing during all the years. What I see also a change within myself, and but also with other people's, my wife, my children. If I look at, for example, my children, they already have been more educated with the environment than we did. Also at school, also in programs on TV or etc. And the main reason was we were traveling a few years ago to Vietnam for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And a beautiful environment, beautiful country, a lot of nice seas, mountains, green, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain moment, we were at a small place with a beautiful beach, and we said, "Okay, we will go canoe." And how do you say the English word? Canoeing, with small boats, canoeing. Is that the right word?
Going around in a canoe.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was with my daughter, and my wife was with my son. And I think we were away for 2 or 3 minutes, and then really a lot of plastic was in the sea, and I mean really a lot. And at a certain moment, I was not looking around at the beautiful environment, but what I was doing with my daughter was getting the plastic out of the sea, because it was too much, and I was really thinking, oh, what's happening over here? You couldn't swim there, and then my daughter also told me, how it's possible? Is everybody throwing it into the water? I said, yeah, probably. I don't know. But the main difference in our world, we're living here in Europe and Vietnam, they have a different way of thinking, of course. But when we stopped canoeing, I said to my children, okay, I want to make an agreement with you guys. If we go home to the Netherlands again, and when we're walking on the street and we see something on the street lying there which has to be put in the basket of waste, we pack it up and we do it over there, because if we leave lying it there, it will be something like what we see now in the river. And that was 3 or 4 years ago, and we're still doing it with each other. And now I'm working within the company of FAIRPHONE, and my daughter is 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I said, okay, you have to use a FAIRPHONE. And she's looking at me, Dad, I know you're working at FAIRPHONE, but I'm still using my Apple phone. And yeah, of course, she's 14, a different way of thinking. So I can accept it, but within 2 years, she's using a FAIRPHONE, that's for sure.
Okay, so that's your mission.
Yeah, correct.
Okay,
yeah,
well, talk to you in 2024 then, and then your daughter will be using the FAIRPHONE as well.
Yeah, but then she is 16, so it will be a more problem for me than to do it, but I give it a try, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right.
So,
well, that's really cool and a really a great story, and I, as the Friday Ketchup audience knows, really like the idea of the FAIRPHONE, of course, using Android, so a Linux-based operating system in it as well. And I would say I wish you and FAIRPHONE a lot of success. But the funny thing is that you told me last time, the maximum amount of success is not selling as many phones as possible, because you have only a limited number of or a limited quantity of fair gold. So you can sell like maximum 100,000 phones or something a year?
Oh no, we can sell more, that's for sure.
Okay.
But what we don't want to do is that we say, okay, if for example a company is using a competitor phone and they have been bought it a year ago, then we say, okay, throw away the other brand and take a FAIRPHONE.
Yeah.
We want to do is that people using their smartphone as long as possible. And hopefully our competitors will follow the way we're working also. Of course, then everybody will have a success over there. And it's not only about our success, but we have to achieve it with each other. So if Apple and Samsung will do some more like we do, then it will be a very good success for all of us. So and all of us, I mean everybody on living on the planet, for example.
Yeah.
So definitely.
Yeah, well, the right to repair is an important topic, right? In the European Union, it is now a main topic, and the other brands are pushed to at least commit to some sort of right to repair, and it's far away from this, having a assembly like this, but they are forced now to go more into that direction, and I really encourage that. So
you see a lot of different things are changing now, and if you look at the CO2 reduction for companies and all that kind of things, sustainability, it's really getting more and more important within companies. But we do more than that, of course. For example, what we also do is we produce in China, and people say, yeah, but how is possible? You say you have a FAIRPHONE, but you produce in China, but first of all, not everything is bad in China, of course, and second of all, what we do as our company, we have co-workers over there in the factory, but we make sure that they have a good welfare, so they have normal working conditions, they have a living wage program and that kind of thing. So it's not only about our smartphone, but everything before that we have a smartphone is also very important. So co-workers, materials and that kind of things. Yeah, it's quite important also for FAIRPHONE, definitely. Yeah.
Wow, awesome. Okay. Well, thank you very much for being my guest and explaining the FAIRPHONE mission and why everybody should have a FAIRPHONE, but not tomorrow when your own phone is end of life. And so thank you very much for that. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this Friday Ketchup. Looking forward to creating many more of those ketchups for you. To allow me to do so, please, if you like this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, and if you watch it on LinkedIn, please repost the video. So we'll go back to Lenny Griffiths with Fields of Joy, and see you next week. Thank you very much. Bye bye.